Now to the funeral observances for former President Jimmy Carter. Today marked the start of his 6-day state funeral. It began down in South Georgia, where the 39th president's life began more than 100 years ago. Here's a live look at the Carter Center in Atlanta, where his body is lying in repose. Cristian Benavides is there with how the nation is saying its final farewell.
Holy Spirit. Family, friends, and dignitaries filled the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta Saturday as the nation honors former President Jimmy Carter.
He was an amazing man, and he was held up and propped up and soothed by an amazing woman. And the two of them together changed the world.
6 days of tributes began at the hospital in Americus, Georgia, where current and former Secret Service agents carried his casket to the hearse. The procession then traveled through Carter's rural hometown of Plains, Georgia, where well-wishers lined the route to pay their respects.
He made a lasting impact that we will never forget.
The motorcade made a brief stop at the Boyhood Farm, where the former peanut farmer grew up. Members of the National Park Service rang a bell 39 times in honor of the 39th president. Arriving in Atlanta, Governor Brian Kemp led a moment of silence at the state capitol to honor Carter's service as a state senator and governor. Carter will lie in repose here in Atlanta until Tuesday morning for mourners who want to come pay their respects.
He gives me hope.
Ian Hamilton says Carter's work after being president, which included building houses for the charity Habitat for Humanity and winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002, resonates the most.
I just see his legacy living on through all of us, especially in terms of, what he was able to accomplish through peace, through global health, and just being a role model citizen.
Carter's remains moved to Washington Tuesday to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol before his state funeral at the Washington National Cathedral Thursday. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Atlanta.
After his funeral service in Washington Thursday, Carter's casket returns to Plains, Georgia for an invitation-only funeral. He will then be buried next to his wife of 77 years, Rosalind. And we will continue to follow all the remembrances for the former president on air and streaming on CBS News New York. For a look back at his life and legacy, head to cbsnewyork.com.